Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John. Today I have an album review of a band I wasn't really going to do at first, but after watching a couple of other channels give this album really like rave reviews, most notably like the Metal Meltdown and Pair of Jeans reviews, I decided to give it a listen and I actually like this. So let's talk about the band right now. The album is called Erebos. The band is Venom Prison, released by Century Media Records. When I first heard of this band, I thought it was kind of related to the band Venom. I thought it might have been one of those like Entombed or Entombed AD kind of things. But I know this band is not related to them as far as I know. They're from Wales. They are a female-fronted death metal band. They are very unique. They have a classic death metal style. It reminds me a lot of bands like Carcass, maybe a little bit of like Arch Enemy, and they also have some of the same like ideologies of bands like Carcass and like Gojira. They are animal rights activists. They write a lot of lyrics about like social and political topics. I listened to the album a few times. It is very enjoyable. It's heavy. Not the type of death metal album that's like, you know, everything has to move at like breakneck speed and everything has to be like super fast drum beats. Type of album where you listen to it and it's death metal, but they incorporate like different stuff. There's some like jazz, some ambient stuff, some like maybe a little acoustic stuff. And every time you listen to it, you do hear like all these like different things. This is also one of those albums that, you know, you listen to it and it's like, you might hear this and it's like, you know, hey, I like that part and, oh wow, I don't remember that last time. It's kind of one of those albums. Every time you listen to it, like you hear all those like different things. And it was really a great listening experience. For this review, I'm not going to do track by track. I'm going to do the top 5 songs, which will just be in the order they appear on the album. I'll give you my final thoughts, my score at the end, and then this way I keep everything at a decent length. So the first song I chose is Judges of the Underworld. It's a fast-paced song. It's dark, heavy riffs, some more like atmospheric sounds. The vocals are more aggressive, and the lead guitars do create these like sonic soundscapes. I like the use of like the layered vocals with the harsh vocals in the forefront. There's some cleaner vocals mixed like lower in the mix. They also incorporate some elements of like melodic death metal with like guitar solo. You hear some of the cleaner vocals towards like the song's bridge. Also some chunkier like groove metal style riffs. I like that, you know, like that like Pantera stuff. Some heavy like deathcore style vocals like towards the end of the song. And this was a really good song. The next song I chose is called Pain of Osiris or something like that. This one's very different. It has an ambient intro, clean vocals and guitars. As the song progresses, it starts to incorporate like more aggressive vocals. The song does not feel the need to really get fast and heavy. It keeps like the slow ambient atmosphere throughout the song, adding in some like jazzy guitar fills. The guitars on the song even remind me a little of like Pink Floyd, like specifically that like David Gilmour style of playing. They incorporate some like heavy guitars at one point, but they do not overpower the song. You do hear some cleaner vocals towards the end of the song and kind of like a soft jazzy piano outro. The third song I chose is called Castigated in Steel and Concrete. This is a song that incorporates heavy death metal riffs and blast beats, but at the same time uses like a combination of the clean and heavy vocals, and they kind of layer them on top of each other. I like the riffs in the middle of the song. You actually hear like a Metallica influence. That's a band that the band actually lists as one of their influence. And the song also has like a jazzy interlude with some heavy death metal style vocals, melodic lead guitars, and this sounds really good. The lead guitar melodies remind me a little of bands like maybe Amorphis or Arch Enemy. This is another song, reminds me a lot of like the band Carcass. You know, you are going to hear like a big like Carcass influence throughout this album. The next song I chose is called Gorgon Sisters. This is like a really super heavy song. Comes right out of the gate. Fast-paced, blast beats, harsh vocal screams. If you like that really heavy death metal, that Cannibal Corpse kind of stuff, I think this song would be for you. Again, it is reminding me again of the band Carcass. I know I'm dropping that band's name a lot, but it does have some like time signature changes, some really heavy, chunky death metal riffs. The song slows down about like halfway through with some more like atmospheric breakdown, filled with these heavy riffs. The song is like another like slow, heavy, doomy breakdown with heavy like death screams and some atmospheric vocal passages. The last song I'm going to talk about is called Technologies of Death. It's a cool song. The intro has like a thrash metal and groove metal feel to it. I like the rhythm of the song. It incorporates lots of death metal, that like tremolo picking. as well as some more like melodic melodies. I like the breakdown of the song, almost has like a jazz or funk sound with like the bass guitar comes into the forefront. Really nice change of pace. All the while, like the harsh death vocals are heard throughout the song. Another breakdown at the end with some really cool like Black Sabbathy or like groove metal riffs I like. Really pounding drum beat and that like atmospheric sound that is carried out throughout the album. This is the album closer. Really great way to close out the song and the album. So in conclusion, if I ever do a video on bands I started listening to in 2022, I think the number one band on my list is going to be Venom Prison, because this is a band that I have been sleeping on. Never really gave them a chance. It's just really good death metal in the style of bands like, I keep saying the band Carcass, but you know, a lot of others as well. You know, it also reminds me of some of the elements of that like metal death, Arch Enemy, Amorphis, those types of bands, but it is classic death metal. You do hear, you know, influence from bands like Death and Obituary, and those, you know, some of those old school death metal bands as well. I enjoyed all the songs on the album, but I wanted to whittle it down to 5 just to keep this review fairly at a respectable length. I recommend this if you've never listened to it. Check it out. My score is a 9 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. So after this video, I will start working on my Jethro Tull ranking video, which will be a fairly long video because they do have about, I think, 22 albums that we'll be ranking. I'm still halfway through preparing that, so probably at some point tomorrow I'll get it out. And after that, I have a few ideas for some videos for the next week. But, you know, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll put something on my community tab a little later, you know, to see what you guys want to hear from me. So that is it. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos, and I'll see you all in the next one.